Hey,
Hey,
my
man.
guy, quick in the flash, brother.
Hey, man. You got to learn how to adjust quickly. Learn how to adjust quick.
Love, man.
Hey, that's it. How you feeling, though, my brother?
It's been a,
Another
it's been a good week, man.
another beautiful Monday evening.
It's
Another
been a good week, bro. I ain't gonna lie. It's been a good
yeah,
week. It's Holy Week. Um,
sir.
Feeling some things in my spirit these days. So
Hmm.
Mr. Drummond might do a little sabbatical, bro. Cause
Oh,
I don't know. God working something up with me right now.
okay.
Something big, something major.
That's what we like to hear, though. That's what we like to hear. Shout
Feel
out to
me?
God. Shout out to God in advance for doing it already.
Come on, man. Come on.
Doing it
How's
already.
everything with you? What's going on in the Steve household?
Oh, everything is going well, man. I'm grateful. I'm happy to be here. It was a busy weekend. Busy weekend. Had a wedding to attend. Shout out to the bride and the groom. It was a beautiful event. And
Okay. Shout
then
out to Love.
just a early morning. Early morning.
Early like my early or your early?
Um around your early. Around your early.
Word.
Yeah. I was up real early, bro. Because we
Exciting.
gotta get to work. We gotta do the work. We gotta do the work.
So I hope you don't mind a switcheroo. I was thinking you open up the show and I close it.
Okay. I
Feel me?
mean that sounds good with me.
Let's do it, brother.
With me. Whew, you put me on the spot now. Yeah. Nah. First and foremost, we want to just say welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to the Talk That Shift podcast, a space where we have conversations that move people forward. My name is Steve Saintville. This is my co-host, Mr. Drummond, and we are excited, very, 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 very excited for tonight's episode where we are going to be having a really special guest with us, y'all.
Amen.
This is someone that I've known for quite a while, and we have a great friendship. And she's just been such a rock for me personally. However, I
Nice.
know in her professional capacity as a licensed mental health counselor, she does amazing work working with women, and she's been doing this, y'all. And she's like building her own practice, building her own brand. So just being in a space where we can really celebrate those high achieving women, I'm really excited to bring our guest up today. But before we jump into that conversation, we got to give the quick disclaimer. Mr. Drummond and myself are not licensed professionals, not like our guest today.
No.
We are not licensed professionals, so any of the opinions and the thoughts that we share on this podcast are from our personal experience and our personal observation. So if you are in need of any type of support, we want to encourage you to seek out and get the necessary help. And we
Facts.
definitely want to encourage you to do that. So please, please, please just take care of yourselves, seek help if you need it. And with that, I think it's time to bring our guest up, the wonderful Miss Karin Straker. How you
Hi
feeling?
guys.
Hey, Corinne.
So,
I am feeling great. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good, man. We appreciate you just showing love to the podcast and coming on our show to end Women's History Month is a beautiful thing, man.
ooh,
Thank you so much for having me.
Of
Honestly,
course.
I appreciate being here and having the platform with you guys today, sharing it with you guys.
yeah,
Appreciate it.
of course.
Mhm.
And with this month, we've
Hmm.
been celebrating women. It's Women's History Month,
Hmm.
and just wanting to give programming and have conversations around how we can support women, how we can bring more awareness to some of the challenges of women that we may not be privy to. Mr.
Yeah.
Drummond and myself,
Nice.
and just man, there's some things that we just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, just really wanting to keep the theme of bringing guests that have powerful stories to share, that have so much insight to share. And we are looking forward to the conversation tonight.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah, yeah. So, whew, I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna get right
Where do
into
you
it.
want to start? Go for it.
I know we've known each other for quite a while. So, we
Yeah.
know the fam. I know the fam. Shout out to the fam. Um, the first thing that I wanted to ask you though, just is simply how what was your upbringing look? What did your upbringing look like in the sense? And what were some early influences for you? Just kind of that helped guide you throughout life, but helped shape you in ways that, as you continue to get to know yourself, like what ways that you recognize your upbringing had shaped you?
Absolutely. So I am a first-gen American. My mom is from Jamaica. My dad's from Barbados. So big up Jamaica, big up Barbados. So family is everything. You know, Caribbean households, very traditional Caribbean households. Extended family is everything. So no, it's just not your nuclear family with mommy and daddy and sibling. It's everybody. It's aunties, it's uncles, it's grandparents, it's cousins, and it's community. It's whoever was considered an aunt, an uncle, a cousin by blood or not. That everybody's family door is always open. Everybody comes home for holidays. That branches out into church. Like church family is just as close as your family, your blood family, and that extended family. They are that extended family. So you see those same faces. And those faces could look different. Those faces could look similar. Those faces can have different cultures. And just really embracing people and loving on people. Not just from the standpoint of, oh, their family, but understanding the concepts that were instilled in me from faith. Faith has been my foundation. And I think that that's a blessing to have been brought up in that space where I don't know what it's like to not have grown up in church and not to have a relationship with God. I started there. I'm still there. I feel off when I'm not there.
Come on.
No, but for real though, like that is my foundation. I don't know my life without Christ. So that's number one first and foremost. You asked me what are some of the things that really got me to where I am, like my roots.
The roots.
My education was big in my family as well. We're talking about women and high achieving women. And I grew up in a space with a lot of women in my family. My mom was one of 6, 4 of those being women. And everybody is successful. Everybody did what they needed to do to be educated, whether it be through the military, whether it be just going to higher education. My grandmother, upon coming here from Jamaica, she went on to complete her GED after her kids were already in school and doing their thing. So I don't know what it's like to not want to educate yourself, apply yourself, strive for excellence, be independent. It was instilled in me not to have to depend on anybody else. Although you knew you had community, being able to stay on your own and say that you have your own was something that just, there's no other option. Like that's all you have around you. You're surrounded by that. So I think that really set the foundation for me as far as what the expectation was for life and how it can pan out, because I saw how it panned out for everybody and how that can extend to the other members of the family and how it can, it spills over into all areas of your life and we can collaborate and it can make even the strongest bond even stronger. So yeah, that's my background.
That was a beautiful background.
Thank you.
No, I'm being serious because it's like, that's not everyone's case, right?
Yeah.
Where for you to have that many examples of success, and I love that you even said, shout out to Grand. Shout out to Grand.
No, honestly, like God knows, yeah.
A GED is important. Right? So for you to even say that, because you could have chose another female or woman figure that, like, yeah, this one got a PhD, but I love it. I love it, and I think it's also sounds like you have different levels of success, right?
Absolutely.
You made a GED. This one did this one did that. I know you said something about the Army, and it also sounds like Thanksgiving is lit at your place.
Thanksgiving and Christmas is wild. Like I know Steven's probably only seen it on social media, but you've been there for the other parties, and it's massive. It's amazing. It's all love. It's always great. So you're always welcome.
For sure.
That's beautiful.
It's a lot of love and a lot of good food too. I'm gonna say that.
Food is also
Barbados
foundation.
and Jamaica, bro.
Yeah, food is foundational. I forgot that part.
You said Barbados and Jamaica?
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah, I know that season if you hitting.
No other.
A follow-up to that, because tonight we're going to be talking about you know, just how high achieving women just navigate burnout and how we can
Yeah.
support women that are feeling these feelings.
Yeah.
And I know a dynamic for you particularly is being the firstborn daughter. How has that placement within the family structure also kind of helped you in ways, but may have created some challenges for you?
It's helped me in ways because, of course, you know, a lot of time and effort was poured into me when it came to just my nuclear family. But it does make it difficult. I'm not going to say it doesn't make it difficult. And I think that any firstborn daughter can relate to that. We have like whole syndromes based off of being the eldest daughter. Like the eldest daughter syndrome is a thing, right? Being a parentified child is a thing. And I think a lot of people are coming up against that right now. And, you know, it's coming to their realization and they're trying to work on navigating life and really reframing some of the core beliefs that you identify with based off of that role of being the oldest and setting this standard and having a responsibility. But I think for me, the hardest part was really expectations, and not even just the expectations that others placed on me, but expectations I placed on myself as a result of growing up in the family that I grew up in and growing up in society. Being a Black female, the expectations that are put on you as well. And then it's something that comes to the forefront even more so when you go into being a business owner or starting your own practice in the medical field, being a clinician, getting licensed. There's these expectations that you will put on yourself. And sometimes we're our own biggest critics. But a lot of it stems from some of the foundational things that happen as being the eldest child. So a lot of expectation, maybe some comparison. Now we talk about all the time, like comparison being the thief of joy. And it really, again, you could be your own worst enemy. And really having it shape your identity. Like looking at the people around you. Yes, it's beautiful to have the roots that I discussed, right? But having such a large extended family with that being the standard for all of us and everybody striving for that, that comparison comes up and then you're kind of lost in between, like, where do I fall? What is my identity? What is my identity tied to? And that could be conflicting, especially just developmentally for a young woman. Culturally, again, being first generation is different. The cultural expectations from the West Indies are completely different. Who knows? I grew up in Long Island. It's a little different. It's just a
Long
little
Island?
different. Huh?
You said Long Island?
Long Island, yeah.
Where at?
I'm from Central Islip.
I'm from Brentwood.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Caveat: I didn't go to any of the public schools.
Okay.
So there's,
God bless you.
What happened?
God bless you.
Yeah, thanks. It caused its own set of, it came with its own set of issues, right? Especially when it comes to identity, because even with that, right, you know, and you're right there in Brentwood, so you have a very similar experience as far as culturally what was around us.
Yeah.
And that being completely different than what I'm experiencing in school and trying to juggle that, playing town sports, going to church in Queens. My friends are all in public school in Queens. I went to an African Methodist church. Everybody in my church is Black. Everybody in my class is white. Different socioeconomic statuses. It's different. I mean, again, my parents are educated. So yeah, there are comparisons. There are similarities, but it really throws you identity-wise. And really just having to come up against that and trying to navigate it and figure out where I want to seek the foundation of my identity from, what I want to pull from, what I think that I can build off of, what I needed to reject and stop subscribing to. So that came up a lot for me growing up, and still till this day, still working on that.
She cooking. She cooking early.
This is the space, man. This is what we do on the Talk That Shit podcast.
Amen. No, I think you said that very beautifully. And knowing that your family has built a lot of success, knowing that there's been a standard set, the episode we're talking about is beating burnout, especially for high achieving women.
Yeah.
What were some of the challenges you face that began to like pile up throughout your journey? Or maybe if you want to tell us from early on to maybe even fast forward to where you're at now, like what are some of the challenges that maybe begin to pile up that you had to kind of face and deal with? Or, some things that other women that maybe are trying to achieve or get to where you're at that they may be facing now?
I think that those expectations are really, really the top thing, right? Like, when it comes to burnout, I'm just thinking of a lot of the expectations I placed on myself, like keeping up, wanting to achieve, always striving for excellence, maybe not asking for help as much. Something that also comes up is if you're surrounded by a lot of support, which is a blessing, sometimes you don't like I'm surrounded by such a strong circle of people that love and care about you, but because they pour so much into you, sometimes you feel weird asking for help, right? Like there's this expectation that I should just know this because you set this foundation for me that I should have just been able to pick up on this on my own. Everybody's moving so fast. Everything around me is moving so fast. So to stop you, slow you down and ask for help or support or clarity and not just jumping in and feeling like you have to keep the pace with everybody else before you. Again, sometimes being your own worst enemy in a sense, right? Like that expectation of thinking you should have it together. And also because things are moving so fast and there's so many people that are modeling life for you, not slowing down, taking the time to step back and slow down.
That's good.
Growing up in a space that was so full of love and shout out to my grandmother, like we said, I just watched her pour and pour and pour and pour. Like there is no can't, right? What is can't? Like I really felt like I could do anything, and I still to this day. If people tell you like, if somebody tells me no, it's like I'm asking the wrong person. Or if you tell me I can't, okay, like watch this. Like there's very little that I'm gonna sit back and be like, nah, I really can't do that. But I had to learn that sometimes I do need to say that I cannot do this, but for reasons of self-preservation, because you'll pour and you'll pour and you'll pour and you'll pour and neglect anybody pouring back into you, not ask for what you need, not stop to check in with yourself to think about what you need to be able to even articulate that. Asking for clarity, asking for direction, and clarity even in the direction, right? Like, okay, you want this and this done, but how do I get here? And do you want it done in this way?
That's good.
Because also then you're setting these expectations for yourself. There's gaps in the expectations. They're blind expectations. And if you don't achieve it, now you're getting down on yourself because you fell short of something that's nobody even put on you. So just trying to come up against that, burnout happens. Just trying to keep up, thinking that you have to do it all, not stopping to check in. It's one thing to want to live up to a standard that was set for you and aspire to reach your goals and the things that you set out to do, but there's such care that needs to be taken of you in the process that I feel like a lot of high achieving women push to the side. Especially being the eldest daughter, especially being, the firstborn, you tend to everybody else.
Yeah.
You give to everybody else. You're responsible. You make sure everybody's good. Do you check in with yourself?
I do want to add one more question about burnout.
Sure.
Is there anything about burnout that revealed about you that you wasn't aware about before?
Is there anything that burnout revealed about me that
you wasn't aware about before?
We had this conversation the last time. Steve's gonna remember this because I talked about this. We had done the open
lounge,
the open lounge, and I told him that I just recently, at 33 years old, had a moment with God.
Wow.
And again, it's this idea of, you could go into any space and you could get along with anybody, you can make it anywhere. And I had to have a moment where he sat me down and he said, yes, Karin, you can fit anywhere. And I've equipped you to fit anywhere. and to touch and reach out to anybody and to touch their heart and to be that light. But that does not mean that you're expected to be everywhere.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Discernment matters. Tap back in. Sit with me. Slow down for a second. Tend to this garden that I've planted in you. But you need to tend to your garden. You're tending to everybody else's garden. But now you can't hear my voice. You can't hear my directive. You can't, unless I'm yelling, you're not hearing anything because you're so busy doing. And I love that you do. But I need you to tap back in. So that's the one thing that burnout taught me, because you'll get to the point where you're doing, and then you're mad, and you don't even know why you're mad. You're just burnt. You're tired. You hit this wall. You're like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I have to isolate myself. Nobody's for me. Nobody's pouring into. You never stop to acknowledge that you weren't taking care of yourself. You never stop to acknowledge your wounds. You never stop to articulate how you were feeling to anybody else. All these blind expectations you're putting on other people, they don't know. Yeah, you're the strong friend. You got it all taken care of. Sometimes no just doesn't mean no.
Yeah.
Sometimes no means sit down. Understand my no is also protection. Sometimes that no is redirection.
Yeah. There's a lot of strong friends right now that's hearing you. That's like, she hears. She understands.
You just blessed my life. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
No, that's really powerful, and I love that question, bro. That was a great question, honestly. Yeah. So far, you've been mentioning that a huge theme for you has been your spiritual life, from growing up in the church, to even having those experiences now where you're still learning about so much of yourself that you may not have been aware of. Yeah. I want to ask, how did that faith really become your anchor? And I asked that in a sense of, as someone who also was raised heavily in the church and had a community from that, there was a point, I know for myself, there was a point where I was just doing it just to do it. It was just, this is just what my family does. Yeah. But then there came a point where it became personal to me. And that's when it became my anchor. It was no longer just something I did because my mom tells us on Sunday mornings, hey, we got to wake up and go to church. Yeah. It was now something where I'm doing those intentional actions in the prayer closet, as they say, when nobody's looking. Yeah. And that's where that relationship is built, and it becomes an anchor for me. It's become an anchor. So I want to ask, when did your spiritual life and how did your faith become that anchor for you?
Through loss. Through loss. I went through loss, but it's beautiful because nobody's ever asked me that, and I don't think I've even stopped to think about what the turning point was in this way before. I knew it, but this will probably be the first time that I actually say this was the turning point for me. When I got pregnant with my daughter. And it was the same year that I lost my grandmother. So you have this woman that raised you, that literally, shout out to my parents. They were very much so there, but they were working. So the early days off from school, weekends, summer vacation, I'm with grandma. My foundations are, that's it. And I lost her at the top of 2021. And by fall, I was pregnant with my daughter.
Wow.
And I'm living in the house and she's not there. And also pregnancy just does something different. I know y'all, whatever, but, but I know you have a child, at the same time, it's different. It's unexpected too, right? So when I say loss, it's larger than just grief, but it's grief of identity. It's grief of control.
Wow.
It's grief of some of those expectations because life looks a little bit different right now. It's grief of independence in a way, the flexibility. I had a really rough start to my pregnancy and I wasn't working at the time. It was the first time since I was 16 that I had stopped working and
Wow.
could not do.
Mhm.
So, I mean, relationships, I was independent. I could do whatever I wanted to. I had money in the tech. I was good. I never had to worry about those things. And I went through the grief of my grandmother, some health concerns with my parents, so I couldn't really ask and depend on them per se, or at least I didn't feel comfortable asking and depending on them per se. Because now I'm pregnant. Like, what are you asking for? Or at least in my mind, that's what it was like. You're about to be a parent. You better figure it out. And I found myself having to sit down.
Wow.
No matter how hard I pushed myself, I physically couldn't. No meant no.
Mhm.
I had to stop. I had to be with myself. I had to be alone during the daytime when everybody went to work. I'm by myself. My partner goes to work. I'm by myself. Postpartum or even pregnancy could put you in a space where it's hard to articulate what you're trying to get across. I couldn't communicate in the way that I do now or the way that I'm used to just flowing because I was trapped up here.
Mm.
Everything was up here and I couldn't get any of it out. And it really just forced me to sit, and it was just me and God and my baby.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I spent, I think, a good chunk of my pregnancy crying for different reasons, crying through worship, constantly in worship, staying as close, like literally, if I could just touch the hem of your garment, if I could hold on to just a string, Lord,
Yep.
like don't let this string slip through my fingers because I don't know what would happen if you're not there.
Mhm.
And it being the only thing that I could grasp onto that was consistent and clear and tangible through the entire thing. And I knew if I was right there, I'd be fine.
Amen.
So that put me in a different space. And then it was the same thing for postpartum. It's rough. You're going through transitions. You don't come out of pregnancy the same way that you went in. So now this identity that I had is different. The moves that I would have made as far as coping strategies and how I could have just supported myself and just do stuff. I have a child. I can't.
Mhm.
These are just, it's new roles. Your partnerships are different after pregnancy. You're learning each other in this time period as well. Family looks different because I'm going through grief, and that changes. If anybody's ever lost the maternal figure in the family, that can shift a whole family.
Yeah.
So going through that as well. So faith was it. Faith was that foundation. That was my constant. That was my rock. That is my rock. I don't know. It meant something different for me in that season. Because at that season, there was nothing else.
Amen.
So to be completely stripped of everything that I knew and all of what I thought was my foundation and everything that I thought was my constant and consistent and clear and I had control over, he took all of it. And he gave me something so beautiful on the other side. It's not like he left my hands empty. He gave me more than I could even ask, think, or imagine, which he promises. And he was consistent in that. But it was in that moment that I acknowledged who he is. And I can't question it. Like there's nobody can take that from me because nobody lived that with me. It was literally just me and him.
Yeah. That personal. Whew.
Yeah. That's all I had. Like I say it to this day, I don't know how people get by without it. Because there was nothing. Like I don't know where my mind would be. Like a sense of peace that surpasses all of the factors that should take anybody out. It's literally but God. So that was my turning point for sure.
Wow. Jeez. Okay. No, this is rich. This is rich. And I want to follow up and ask, now that you're at that point where you don't question it, you know it, you and God locked in. Where how does the feelings, like when you start to feel those feelings, like, okay, I'm starting to get a little bit overwhelmed, I'm starting to feel some of those early warnings of burnout, how have you leveraged that relationship with God and your faith and your spirituality to shift, you know, your response to the burnout? Have you noticed any shift in the way you react to feeling burnt out now that you are rooted and standing in that faith?
Yeah. I have this conversation with my clients all the time. It's, with more knowledge comes more responsibility, clearly. And you see that when it comes to, once you identify your triggers, you have a different level of control over them. They don't control you as much because now you know where they came from. Now you can game plan against them. You don't feel like you're just susceptible to whatever they're going to do to you. No, I pulled your card. I know you. I've seen you before.
That's good.
Like I say a trigger is just an indication. It's like a warning signal on your car. Okay, an indicator means that we've seen this or we've identified something and we can do something about it. So it's an opportunity. It's not to keep you stuck. And I think that for me, when I start to feel the little bits and pieces of burnout, that tells me that I need to refocus. I need to reset. And I think that that's a beautiful place. And I encourage everybody to lean into that because I know a lot of people feel like, dang, I messed up again. I dropped the ball again. And that's not shame, and guilt is not something that's from God. You know that. That's not even in alignment with his character. And that's an opportunity too to draw closer. Like, oh God, I know that you still love me. Thank you so much that even in the midst of me forgetting who I am, you're able to just reach out for me. Like, you really left the 99 for me again. You just gonna keep it for me? Yeah. He just keeps reminding me and loving that he will stop me through whatever resource to just remind me to tap back in and to connect.
That's good.
Like, oh, you're burnt out, your tank's empty. Come sit with me. Come commune with me. Come rest. I'm here. Like, let's chill. And really leaning into that. How has it changed me? I think it reminds me of my humanity. It reminds me that I'm not always in control. It humbles me. It makes me take inventory of where I have been pouring and ensure that I'm doing so in the right way and it's being poured in the right direction. It forces me into utilizing my discernment even more.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think, it's for sure changed me. You can't avoid it. Once once it happens, you gotta kind of stick with it. You can't pretend you don't know anymore.
Yeah, once you know, you can't pretend you don't know. That's true. Yeah. And I just had another follow-up question. Sure. My fault, bro. I know you got a question right after. But because this is good, I think this is something that can bring a lot of value. You mentioned how you would talk to your clients sometimes and mention that, once you identify the trigger, there's a different level of control over them and you can start to game plan for how to navigate. What from your expertise as a mental health professional, what would you say, like, what does the game plan look like sometimes? What can it look like? I know every situation is different. Every person might be different, but what are some things that, what might a game plan look like when we're thinking about how do we deal with our triggers?
Well, I think first is being open-minded to not setting the expectation that you're going to get it right the first time, right? Like, we're not, and this is something else I tell my clients, whatever age you come to me, right? I'm 33. I'll be 34. It took me 34 years to learn this version of myself.
That's good.
It's not going to take me 5 minutes or this hour session to unlearn it and do something new.
That's good.
You have to be willing to do the work. One of my professors in grad school used to always say, you will never arrive. Stop expecting to arrive. Life is a constant work. And for everything, there's a season, right? Nothing lasts forever. And you have to continue to evolve. And the only thing that you need to remember is to be open to the fact that you're going to keep putting in that work. And what that looks like might change.
Amen.
Remaining committed to yourself and doing what you need to for yourself in that moment, because triggers are going to pull different things out of you in different situations, right? Being open to trying new things. What you've been trying clearly isn't working. It's okay to try something new. A pastor said the other day that, I mean, and I'm sure other people have said this, like, you don't lose if you try.
That's good.
You can't lose if you try. You're always going to take something from that, right? And if you don't hit it on the first mark, that just means it's an opportunity to try again. And that's something that I have, that being rooted in my faith reminds me, like, thank God your mercies are new every single morning. And it's an opportunity to try again.
Amen.
Like, we can, yeah, this trigger exists. Okay, let's game plan something else. There's a wheel of reflection that we use in psychotherapy where it's like, okay, here's the problem. Here's what I did. Here's how it worked for me. This is how I feel about it. This is what I can do next time. Let's apply it. And then let's reflect on how it made you feel after you did it. And you go through that wheel of reflection. And it goes 1 through 5. And then you go back to 1. And you'll do that every single day.
Amen.
And every single day is a new opportunity to do it again. And what worked for you last Wednesday might not work for you next Wednesday. And that's okay.
Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you for that. Because I heard and I was like, yeah, this I can't let that pass. But there are so many individuals, and again, women, who just in the pursuit of becoming that version of themselves and just navigating all the emotions that come with it. It's like, what is it? What can it look like sometimes? So,
and different seasons are going to require a different version of you.
That's good.
Like,
I know. Oof.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Queen. You cooking tonight.
No, I'm curious what your question is. Go ahead.
No, I know this live is gonna help a lot of people. I
thank you guys for the opportunity, for real.
Of course. This next question is about, like, showing up daily. We talked, you shared a little about faith.
Yeah.
Faith is something you need to do daily. You need to have daily, right?
Yeah.
Burnout, right? That is something. Burnout happens because there's something that you are maybe not doing or you keep doing daily, right?
For sure.
And to be successful there's things you have to do daily. So first question is, what inspires you to keep showing up daily?
It's funny because you guys asked me why faith is so important to me, because and this is something that I work with my clients on as well, is like, what is your driving force? Before we work on changing anything, why? What is your why? If you can stay connected to your why, then everything else you do should point back to that goal, right? Like, for who, for what do you do this for?
That's good.
That's going to be your checkpoint. How does this support the why? I need you to repeat the question, because I know where I was going with it, but I lost the question, and I want to make sure I answer it in its fullness.
First part of the question is, what inspires you to keep showing up daily?
So again, the why, and that could be rooted in your identity as well, especially if you've taken the time out to consider what your identity, who you are and components create you and what components matter to you, and those can shift as well. You know, things change, you grow, you evolve. So for me, I'm a mom. I think about my daughter. I think about the fact that motherhood, it's a calling also. There's a responsibility to that. I mean, yeah, it's fun, but it's not just for fun. There are parts of it that could be selfish, but it's not to be spent selfishly. It would be such a disservice to the world and to my child and to, you know, the cause and my calling to hoard her and just keep her for myself and just for my fun and to remake my childhood all over again, all those things, right? So I think that for me, just having that as my touch point helps me stay in check and really, you know, especially avoiding burnout. Like, okay, how can I show up here? I can't show up to be the best version of myself for her if I don't take care of myself.
That's good.
I for sure can't show up to be the best version or mirror the best version of myself for her if I'm not connected to the source.
Yeah.
My baby run around the house all the time singing Bible songs. Like it's like the soundtrack of her life. Like, mind you, I might not even play it as much, but this is what she seeks out. She's not gonna go to sleep without being in her word.
Amen.
She's gonna ask to be in her Bible and do another Bible story and do another Bible story, mommy.
Come on.
Mommy, she just started with this new thing with monsters. That's like a developmental thing that happens at like 3-4, right? Never were afraid of the dark before. Now monsters. Okay, baby, when you get scared, what do? We call Jesus.
Come on.
We call on Jesus.
Come on.
If you feel like you need more, what can you do? We talk to him.
Amen.
We claim our power, right?
Yeah.
We rebuke these things. We come against these things. We check these things. We remind them who's in control. We remind them whose you are. You're covered by what? His blood. Okay, keep going.
Amen.
Whether I'm praying over her, whether there's one of the soundtracks from my church is it has the prayer of blessing, and it comes on her Alexa at night. We play music, and she'll tell you, "I feel better now," because she hears these words that are spoken over her. I can't be that if I don't stay true to my why. I'm not here for me. Like, I'm not here for me. It's a blessing to be here. We're not here for us, though.
Come on.
So what is the why? What is your purpose? How can you live that out? Are the things that you're doing promoting or propelling you towards that? Does it support that? Does it look like somebody who carries that? Are you staying true to that? There's a responsibility on that. How are you stewarding that responsibility?
I ain't gonna lie, this is it's like, it's been a very emotional day for Mr. Drummond. But yeah, you're hitting certain things. Like you're blessing me. I don't think you realize that.
I appreciate it.
This is not
Y'all
about
are blessing me for real. Because I tell Steve this too. Like every time I talk to you, I try not to prepare too much, right? Because I feel like I do better when I, again, not setting these expectations for myself, when I just allow it to flow. You pray over it and you say, God, just use me. And I enjoy just being used. Like that's a blessing in itself.
He uses you. He uses you.
I appreciate that. Like this is how I fill my cup. Like just literally allowing him to use me. Let it flow.
Okay. Wow. So I appreciate you sharing what inspires you. What are some daily practices that help you keep burnout at bay?
Definitely prayer, clearly. Nutrition, which gets hard, especially for high achieving women. We're moving a lot. Yeah. And I'm not the best at it, right? Like I need to hydrate. Y'all see me here with this water bottle. I had to buy myself one of these the other day because I'm just like, you're drinking more coffee than you're drinking water. I had a coffee the other day. I started having palpitations. I was like, what cup is this? This is bad. Maybe I should stop and drink some water. So just keeping myself in check with that as well.
Yeah.
Nutrition, making sure that I'm fueling up. My 4-year-old, 3-year-old keeps me active, thank God, because high achieving women, we may not have a lot of time for the gym. But trying to, again, motherhood has been a blessing to me because my baby keeps me moving. It is my LA Fitness, my Blink, all of that, all of the above. I just got done jumping on the trampoline for 20 minutes. So
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's definitely it. I am big. One of the things for myself is self-care in the sense of like just appearance as well. I think that comes from how I was brought up. West Indian families do not play when it comes to crisping your shirt, the iron, using a starch, all of that, how you present. And I think that's one of the first things that you see when I'm burnt out. Like if my eyebrows, my lashes not done, where we have it. I used to tell my clients, if you come into my office and I don't have lashes, turn back around. It's not a good day. I cannot help you. You might have to reschedule. I don't care if you see me here. It doesn't matter if I made it. Please, for all of our sakes, go back home. Okay? And I try to stick to, I'm not as rigid with that anymore. And not from a space of like vanity or anything like that, but just knowing that this is what helps me feel my best. Like just knowing that I took time on myself. And that changes through seasons too. That's not true anymore if I don't have lashes on. Okay, this is not like that. But I like to look presentable.
Yeah.
I have a job that requires, I can't talk to you about taking care of yourself and I'm out here looking dusty.
That's a good point.
It's a great point.
It doesn't really work, not for client retention at all. So it kind of holds me accountable to sticking to that. I try to sit down and game plan. I call it, a lot of people say journaling. I do thought dumping, just giving yourself the opportunity to get out what's going on up here. You know, I compare our minds to like our iPhones or a computer, and we keep opening these tabs. Things happen, we just keep opening these tabs. And what happens? You have 1,000,001 tabs open. You forget that you opened half of them. They're all sucking your battery dry. You got too many open at a certain point. When you don't go back to them, your computer starts to glitch. There's no more capacity. Storage is all sucked up. So taking the time to stop and thought dump. Do not restrict yourself. This is your space with yourself. Whatever comes to mind, put it down on paper. Get it out. Make it tangible.
That's good.
Hold it up and challenge it. Read it back. Take inventory of your thoughts. It's your internal voice, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. And a lot of times we get so used to just working with the external voices and everything that's going on externally that we don't stop to really pay attention to what we're thinking and saying. But you operate in your subconscious more than 80% of the time. It's changing the way that you navigate life, your every interaction, the way you communicate, your body, the way your body operates. You don't even realize when certain things come out of your mouth. We do that regularly, right? Like you're just talking and stuff just starts spilling out. You're like, where did that come from? Well, how is that such an effortless slip?
That's good.
Because you're not taking the time to sit with yourself. It's necessary to do. Close some of those tabs. Bring yourself down to your baseline. If you're not at your baseline and you take on a stressor that's a 5, that just bumps you up. Where were you at to start?
That's good.
If you were at a 5 and you take on a 5, you're maxed out. You didn't even realize you were at a 5. Give yourself some reprieve. Release it. Question it. Go back to it. Remind yourself of it. You know, reframe it. But take inventory because it helps you to develop the relationship with yourself that says you are also important and I'm paying attention. I'm giving you intentional time to sit with you and see what is actually taking place. What do we need to address? You good? How do we feel? Do we need anything else? Ooh, did we forget about that? We might want to get on that. Ooh, I don't like how that sounds. Maybe we need to dig deeper. Maybe I want to go talk to my therapist. Maybe I need some more tools.
Yeah.
I don't like how that turns out. But really taking that time for reflection, devotion. And I love devotions because they always they tend to have some type of affirmation that you can tie to it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for yourself, affirm yourself. Like we talk about faith and how God's the blueprint, right? And I remember having this moment in one of my sessions where I'm flowing and I'm thinking about Genesis. And the beginning of the book starts with every single day. God creates, he stops, he reflects, he affirms.
That's good.
If God stopped to reflect, look it over, and affirm, why do you think that you don't also have to do that? She gave you the blueprint in chapter 1. If we just start there, our whole lives can change. Affirm yourself. Take the time to acknowledge where you are. There is good where you woke up. Affirm yourself. He saw reason to have you here today. Affirm yourself. It is okay. Life into yourself.
Jeez. Chapter, wow. I never even personally looked at it from there, where it's work, stop, reflect, and then affirm. Like, this is good. I'm looking over everything.
This is good.
This is good.
God don't even need affirmation. He's God. But it was our blueprint. It's our blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most important part. There's a responsibility. There's work. You pour, you stop, you look, you sit back, you affirm, you rest. He rested. He worked, he worked, he worked, he worked, he worked, he rested.
Mm-hmm.
Not one bit of that were we supposed to skip. It's the blueprint. We were made in his image. Do with that what you will. Even if it was wrong, that's the blueprint I'm going by.
Yeah.
Listen, if I interpreted it wrong, I have yet to be to find that has failed me.
Yeah.
Just sticking to that.
Wow. Jeez. Whew. So much value, so much wisdom. I want to pause real quick and just say thank you, because the conversation itself is
needed.
Yeah, it's needed. It's relevant, especially in a time now where it seems like the world is just getting so much louder and so much more chaotic. And we got social media. Like, you go online and you're hearing the thoughts and opinions. It's bad enough that we're getting the news or what's happening in the world, but then we're getting millions of different thoughts and opinions and views on top of that, and it's just so much space, space being consumed. And so the conversation itself, it seems like now just everyday life can just be overwhelming and lead to a level of burnout.
Absolutely. It's flooding our systems. Literally. It's honestly flooding our systems.
And then you get to the point where you're trying to achieve something. You're pursuing goals. You're pursuing a dream or a vision that's been given to you. And that just adds on a whole nother element. So I just want to say just thank you for the insight and the value that you're pouring to the conversation, for sure. My next ask is, I would like, again, as we're honoring the women during Women's History Month, I would like for you to give a message to the women. First, from the perspective of, in your professional capacity, like, hey, as someone who is in rooms with other women, just kind of unpacking all this heavy stuff.
Yeah.
What is a message of encouragement or just a message that you feel is important for women to know? And then I would like for you to give a message to the women just as a woman, as a high achieving woman. What is something that you want to just share with the ladies?
I'm gonna kind of group those together because I think that it's just important for men and women, but we're talking about women right now. And I think that especially when it comes to comparison, especially when it comes to high achieving women being in corporate, there's a level of competition that comes with it, right? You always feel like you're up against, and being a Black woman in corporate, there's competition with that because, you're kind of boxed in. It feels really boxed in. The odds are already stacked against you. And I think the most important thing to remember is the world needs you.
Talk about it.
Like, the world needs you, not, they need you to do. They need you to be, to just exist. They need you. There is nobody else but you. It's not for anybody else. It's for you. You have something to offer that nobody else has to offer. You could put yourself in competition with whoever you want to, and there's still something that you're going to hold that nobody else is going to hold. There's something special inside of you that only you could provide to this world. God chose you for a time as this. For such a time as this, it's yours. And nobody else can offer it. And that's something that each of us has. We're not made the same for a reason. Everybody has something unique about them. So when we think that, we're boxed in and nobody sees us and we're just like this blip in this big picture, no. You're not just a drop in the bucket. There's something that's in you and only in you that only you can do. Your purpose is attached to you. And I think that if you keep that at the core as your why, you can't mess up. God created me as me for a reason. Yeah. And if you continue to seek that, the clarity of that, striving for that, you can't fail. It's always going to be fruitful. It's always going to be sufficient.
Wow. Right. We need a moment for that one to just sit. Because that's so powerful. It is so powerful.
Listen, when I'm quiet, because I'm a talker. Oh my God.
Wow. Thank you. Thank God.
No, for real. No. And I want to thank you guys too, because what you do with this space and providing a space where we can have these conversations and this can get out. Again, I don't do this for me. I mean, I did this with y'all, but like, this is bigger than us.
Amen.
And taking the time to be here and to put it together and to ask and to provide a space where people could come and gather this information. Like, my testimony can only go as far as the ears of people that can hear it, that, how accessible it is to everybody. I can't be everywhere.
Yes.
We established that. I mean, I can do my part with what I'm given, but I was given this space, and I appreciate you guys for seeing me as a high achieving woman, which is so funny you said that because I don't even think I've ever acknowledged myself as such. So I just thank you for speaking that over me. And thank you for providing this platform. And I truly do hope that it touches the people that it's supposed to touch. Yes. And that you guys continue to do this and God continues to bless you guys and, you know, give you guys success in seeing this grow because it's important. It's needed. It's so needed. Like you said, with all the things that are happening in the world, to have these conversations that aren't just fluff, that it's not just a podcast where people are just doing more stuff. It's just more stuff to consider, more tabs to open that are unproductive, you know, but to really have some substance and to be life-changing and to be soul-touching. I thank you guys truly for that.
Hey, man.
We are grateful.
So grateful.
We received that first and foremost, for sure. And yeah, we are so grateful for your presence, for the impact that you are making, not just for the viewers, but in the impact you make daily.
Amen.
Just being, you mentioned it earlier, said something about like mirroring what that looks like. And so being that mirror, like it goes far beyond just this conversation. It goes in so many different ways. You are a blessing and you are just pouring so much into this life experience. So from a personal level, like just having known you for so long and knowing the blessing that you've been to me personally, like that's I say that with all of my heart. I love you, sis. I appreciate the work that you're doing. And I'm just so grateful to have someone like you in my corner for sure.
Oh, thank you. Look at me crying. No, truly, guys, thank you so much. Truly.
And before we close out, for those who want to just get in touch with you or just connect with you, where can they do that?
So they can always find me on my website. It's guidedevolutiontherapy.com. That's me. You can find me on Instagram. It's Guided Evolution MHC for mental health counseling. And my email address is the same, the guidedevolutiontherapy.com. Karin Straker at guidedevolutiontherapy.com. But you'll be able to find that on the website.
Yes.
So that's it.
That's how you know she official. She ain't leave with no Instagram or anything. She left with a website.
Thanks to somebody, you know, I got people. I got people. You big up yourself, you know. High achieving men over here helping the high achieving women, the community for real, the family for real.
For real. That's the community. That's the interdependence.
Yeah.
All supporting each other.
Yes.
Oh man.
This was powerful, man. This was beautiful. Yeah. This was so beautiful. Sis, I love you. We appreciate you so much.
For real.
Forward to, I'm sure we gonna have to run this one back.
Oh yeah.
Run another one back.
I'm here for it. Trust me. Okay, let's do it. Let's talk.
Oh yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I love you guys. More success, continued success. Love this platform. So.
Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Yes. Thanks. Everybody have a great night.
You too. God bless you. Thank you.
Thanks. You guys too. Bye.
Wow. Oh.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you got a couple.
Beautiful. This was a great month, y'all.
This was a beautiful month.
This was a beautiful month. Shout out to the ladies that we had bless the podcast space. Wow. A lot of amazing conversations. This was beautiful.
I needed this tonight. And I know it's crazy. I know this is for women. Well, I really needed this tonight, bro. Like I think that's why I was so quiet, because I'm just like, I ain't gonna waste time on the pod, but just that was amazing. just her story, just her family dynamic, her upbringing, just how that all kind of ties together. And it's a beautiful thing that she's working in mental health because burnout is a real thing in the mental health field. Um, but most importantly, just you could see the God in her.
Mm.
I think that's the most important thing. You can spew gems, you can say cool words and nice wordplay like Mr. Drummond does, but you can see God is in her. God is surrounding her. God is in that household. God is in that family, and I think that's the biggest thing is tying it back to the creator and to the
Yeah.
source, to the main source.
Yeah.
Seriously. Um, so that was amazing wrap up to an amazing month that has been, man, with some amazing female guests that we've been able to have on this podcast, bro. And it's been an amazing ride with you, bro. Because like I said, we just little by little, man.
Little by little, man.
Little by little, dog.
I love it.
Oh, and I ain't gonna lie, her ending gave me an idea for like a Mother's Day episode, bro.
You know, we got to do it for the mothers.
Yeah,
Give
I
it
think
up
we get
for the mothers.
something God put in my spirit that I think we need to do.
Okay, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna put it together.
Yeah. I'll keep that off pod.
Hey.
But hey, if you've been rocking with us since 7 p.m., we appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man. Truly. Thank you for those who've been rocking with us for this whole month for the Women's History Month awareness and just thank you for those who are new to the ride and new to the journey that me and Steve have been on. We started this thing back in August 2024. There was a lot of inconsistency, mainly on my part. And since then, we just wanted to be, hey, man, we're going to be truthful and we're going to keep it funky. But we want to just be consistent and continue to grow this platform because, like she said, God can do some amazing things with this platform. God can do some amazing things between the two of us. This is not a podcast to talk about gossip and celebrity news. This is a podcast to really give you truth, some real value, some real gems. Because, like we said, we're all about having conversations that's going to move people forward. So we want to just say thank y'all. Thank you. If you've still been watching and you've still been rocking with us, thank you so much. Thank you to the people that are coming, they're not here yet. Please like, subscribe, and share the channel, share these videos. Hit the notification bell so you are aware when anytime we're going live. And listen, we got more heat coming, y'all. We got more.
It's not just the weather that's been warming up. It's getting nice out. It's getting nice in New York. We've been praying for this thing. God, bro. We finally had a nice day, like a nice couple days. Woo-wee.
Talk That Shit podcast got some heat coming, and God is doing some amazing things for this podcast. So we just want to say thank you again. Thank you again. And we appreciate y'all rocking with us. So next week, Monday, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we're going to be back in the new month of April, man. So other than that, please enjoy your holy week and have an amazing evening.
That's right. Good night, y'all. We love y'all.
Good night.